Hello everyone and welcome back to the stream. My name is Katie. Just realized I should actually log on and make sure everything's transmitting correctly here. All right, there we go. And I'm muted, which is also good. Okay, good. All right, so we're going to turn you this way. So you get a little bit of a face cam at least. Today we are working on hopefully getting through the rest of at least that roll of interfacing that's on here already. I did restock the other day, so we are set to finish off the bags, which is awesome. So excited. Although at the same time, it's like, I was there on Tuesday, bought the interfacing, that's fine. Had to do it after picking up Dallas because we ran out of time. But I love that we have this a local supply store, but they take so long. They always take very long. They're never in a super rush, which is awesome. I appreciate that most of the time they take care of details. But the snaps took the longest because I need to restock on the metal spring snaps. And I looked at them when he brought them out, and I'm like, these don't look like they're the right size. They look too big. And no, he's like, no, it's all good. And I'm like, okay, well, maybe I'm just misseeing things. It's not the first time that I could have been mistaken, and I could not find the the receipt for the actual spring snaps, and I was like, okay, this is weird. And turns out that they were actually the incorrect size. I'm like, okay. I just checked them against what I have, so it must be and when you go onto the website and look, it's a 12 millimeter size, which is also a good point that I probably should track down that receipt from them as well. Okay, we're almost there. I need to actually grab the iron, and we need that for this. Okay. Swap it so I only stain one portion of my ironing, my canvas here. Iron. Come here, my pretty leaky. I have turned off my baseboard heater that's over here so that we don't trip the breaker, which is always good. Good not to trip the breaker. And then, okay, there we go. Good. So we had the cleaner show up on Tuesday, and I literally came downstairs and actually tidied up my sewing room as well, which is making it actually feel really nice. So I tidied up the piles of fabric, the pile. Actually, yeah, it was plural at that point. Still is mostly plural. And vacuumed down here. I'm sure they thought it was, they probably thought nothing of it. But I'm down here battle of the vacuums, because they were actually vacuuming up in my mudroom as I'm coming up the stairs with my vacuum from downstairs. I was giggling. They probably were too. They seemed like they would have actually a fairly decent sense of humor. Speaking of a decent sense of humor, because we haven't talked since Monday night. I'm in that smutty book club. We had our meeting, sounds so official, our get together for it on Tuesday, and they but when you get the truck to read off the text, it's I've put everyone in as first name Smutty Book Club, because that's the only way I'm actually going to be able to tell who it is and what's context. And it's so the Siri voice is very sassy, at least sounds kind of sassy right now, and so it's X from Smutty Book Club. It was making my day. It was amazing. Okay, these are all the half pieces. I guess we could just do all the half pieces at once and then we're done, because otherwise we're going to be in these banner pieces, so that's what we're going to work on. Anyway, we were having a lively discussion today as well Dallas was watching a running podcast, and the running podcast was getting told about this run that's in Dawson, England, where the medal is based on I even looked it up. Something giant. Anyway, it's this giant, like, it's the same idea as, like, the chalk giants down in South America, in Peru. Those ones, the hill giants. And this giant is one of these hill giants as well. But he has a very large phallus. A very proud phallus. There we go. That would be the best way to describe it, I guess. Anyway, so the medal is based on this giant on the hillside, and this year it is a fidget dick. So it spins, and I'm like, oh my god. Now it is in the Dorset Hills. I'm like, so this is what the medal is based around every year. The fact that it is a fidget spinner this year is just like an extra layer of amazing. But I'm like, we gotta go do this, because they've got a 10K option and a marathon option. So I'm like, okay. Knowing Dorset, I know it's hilly. It's like those undulating up down hills, and they even say on the website, it's like, this is not a race for the faint of heart. But they've got a marathon and they've got a 10K, and I'm like, I think I can do the 10K. Because the medal is basically, it's just two different shapes. Just filling up the water bottles here because I just dumped the rest of it into the iron. So I was like, oh my god, I definitely want this. And like the whole, like, everything, it all just leans into it. And I'm like, thank you for having a sense of humor about this. I don't know. I would actually be disappointed if they hosted an event like this and they didn't lean into it, but they have. So, and apparently it's like a whole weekend. So they, like, you go into the village and they, like, you can pre-order food on the, like, through the race organizers, and you, like, camp out there for the weekend, and, like, it's this whole thing. It does feel more like a trail run, maybe, I guess, than a, it's a trail run instead of probably a road race, which is part of why that is, like, all organized and good to go. But anyway, I just want this medal. And then there's a kids race too, and I'm like, I wonder if it's on the kids medal. I was like, that would be weird. I'm like, not that weird. It's a piece of anatomy. So anyway, so that was entertaining. And of course, I had to send that to the Smutty Book Club chat because I was also giggling to myself on the treadmill today because, of course, in the thick of marathon training right now. Boring. But there's this reel that we saw last year after we finished Dopey, or right around the time that we did Calgary Marathon. And it's this woman, and it's like she's out for dinner after she's run her marathon. She's got her medal on. And she was like, oh, just another drink, because I just finished a marathon, and, like, showing the marathon medal off. Whatever, not a big deal, right? And it's like, honey, like, 1 week later, honey, can you get me a glass of water? I just ran a marathon. And this continues on for a full year. But I'll have Smutty Book Club right after I run Calgary Marathon. So I'm totally going to go in with my medal now and be like, look who just finished a marathon. I'm not going to wear it in. I'm going to, like, keep it, because we go around the circle and do, like, introductions every time, because we've had people, like, mostly people join, but there's a high potential, of course, for people to kind of, like, move in and out of the group sort of thing. So it's just better to do it, because we all, like, end up, I'm terrible with names, so I always appreciate it. Anyway, when I do my introduction in June, I'm going to be like, my name's Katie, and I just finished a marathon, and, like, do a medal drop. Kind of like a mic drop, but with a medal. And just because, why not? I think the group's humor is in such a way, like it's a good group to do that with. I don't think anyone's going to take it wrong. Now that I've mentioned that I'm a runner and I was flat out like I'm there for the bling. So it's better, it's like the more unique the bling or the shinier the bling, the better. Hence the whole thing about the Giant's Head marathon shit going on or going down. So yeah, I think it'll be a good group to do that in. If it's not, well, it's only gonna happen. Maybe the once. Oh boy. But it is hilarious. Yeah. I'm excited for that. Alone. We actually decided to swap books the other day. Oh, that's the piece that's too small on the one end. We decided to swap books because apparently, well, one of the ladies actually finished next month's book already. And she was just like, oh my God, please don't. This was the one that was like, also, it was really hard to come by. And it's like, so to order it through the bookstore was like $54. We had a whole discussion about this last time. And I was just like, no. Sorry. So I was going to get it and like do the audiobook because obviously we're busy right now too. So it's not like I could even really do a physical copy. But we swapped it. So apparently we're doing Feathers So Vicious and Shadows So Cruel, I think are the two. And the covers are very like clear on what you're getting into. Dawson and I actually had a whole discussion about that. He's like, it's like one of the old Harlequin covers. I'm like, not quite, because the bodice rippers, you got that like, you maybe got like a nipple, like a 3/4 view, the men's nipple too, not the woman's nipple, obviously. And like the flex kind of, and like her bodice was always just kind of draped down sort of thing. This is like half nude men on the cover, which is only for the audiobooks. The paperbacks available through the bookstore are much more subtle. They're just blackbirds. Whereas, yeah, the audiobook is full on dude in a chair, like power pose, like slumped to show off the 6-pack sort of thing. Like, all right, no dodging that one. Not that we don't know what we're in for, but if you didn't know what you're in for, we do now. Okay, I'm going to snug these up a little bit because they're like right on that edge of not fitting. I think for the majority of them it should be okay because we can just cut in like different portions, but you know, it is easier to trim these apart when they're all in their own little separate areas. We're also back down to cold. Don't get it. It's March, I know, so it's like, it's not that surprising, but it's like, we don't have a lot of snow. Well, it's kind of like, it's sprinkling snow right now. There's been no accumulation today. Yesterday was miserable too, so we went out, did gymnastics. That's normal. And then we're like, okay, we'll go to the pool. The pool here was closed for, to the public for swim lessons. And then, so we're like, okay, well, we'll go into Calgary and try out like the pool. There's one in Royal Oak with the IMCA. It wasn't very good. It was fine. But the kids, the thing they enjoy doing the most right now is just cannonballs. They love just jumping into the pool. And there was no section on this pool where kids could actually just jump into the water. It was either lanes or a shallow like little splash pool or the wave pool. That's like, well, that's annoying. And even the little shallow pool, like the actual little play structure that was in it, was closed because they're going under renovation and like on Monday. So it was just, it was fine. But for the cost that it was like, nope. She complained that there weren't enough services for our children for the cost we paid. And we didn't know because this is the first time we've ever been. So it's a gorgeous building. It's got a really good like wait area, and like their track is really nice because their track's actually like suspended kind of over everything, not over the pool, but over the like, I guess the lobby, like entrance would be the best description. And so like that was really cool to see because it would actually have better circulation than SLS, which is our like sports center here. But yeah, unimpressed. Oh, I guess, well, okay, the change rooms were better than Canmore because the last time we went to Canmore we were basically like standing in puddles, and their pool is cold. Honestly, the pool in Cochrane is the best one in the area. And Dallas was saying that afterwards. He's like, yeah, he has got coworkers that like consistently come out to Cochrane just because it's like way better for families. So I guess here we are. We've got the best pool, except that YMCA is trying to take it over, and it probably is going to go up in cost because SLS, which is what it was Spray Lake Sawmills, is now Western Fraser. And for whatever reason, it looks like Western Fraser didn't take over the sponsorship of the space, which is wild because my experiences, at least of BC lumber industry, which is where Western Fraser's out of, was that that's how they give back to the community. They sponsor the arenas and the continuing education and all of that. And it's like, well, maybe, I guess those days are done for now or something. I don't know. It's weird. Now it's all sponsored by like home builders. So this one that we were at, it's in Rocky Ridge. It's sponsored by Shane Homes, and the other one, I think in Crowfoot, is Melcor, and so it's all these home builders, which is in some ways just as wild. It's like, okay, who has the money this lease period, I guess, right? Do you have the money this lease period? No? Oh, no more sponsorships for you. Anyway. But yeah, anyway, so it was, but the walk between like the pool and the outside was miserable. Although, so the eldest and I did actually go for, Dallas spent the day with the youngest, and then the afternoon basically with the youngest. And I spent the afternoon with the eldest, and we went to a new indoor playground, which was really good, and a good decision because, yeah, the weather did not improve. And Dallas needed to go pick up his race package for this weekend, which I was hemming and hawing about whether I was going to run it this year or not. I decided not to. In part, actually, I decided not to before I even saw the forecast because I was like, okay, I got like 15 miles again on Monday. And I like at this point in my training, I need time on feet versus 5K runs. Plus we booked one in April. So I'm like, okay, I feel like April will be more temperate, climate, weather, hopefully. Look at it just dump 6 inches of snow right before the race or something stupid. But anyway, I'm hoping that is a better weekend because, yeah, it's supposed to be actually like -8 or so on Sunday when we go for this race. So, and like not necessarily unslippery streets because that's actually more, yeah, I'm not a nice runner. I'm such a fair weather runner in some ways. It's amazing that I'm getting my training done or that I'm actually even running outside right now. In those like brief little March periods of like, all right, you can do it. I did 7 miles outside on Wednesday. Started out in such a bad mood. But I think that was because I didn't actually fuel correctly. I think I need actually more food. Because basically at about 2.5 miles, I was like, I'm going to have to eat my fuel now, or I'm going to bonk. I'm not going to be able to finish this run, basically. And so I ate the fuel, and I was like, oh, Yeah, I just felt like dying because I hadn't fueled correctly. It's such a like hard balance because it's like being diabetic. I don't want to go too high, but you need the fuel for your body to be able to access it to like do the thing you're trying to do too. So that's the big point where that Libre, like the CGM, comes in like insanely handy. So I need to figure out if I can get it connected to my Apple Watch though, because I did see someone, I think she uses Dexcom. She's in Canada though. And from what I can tell, I know for sure she can get her Dexcom to her watch, because that would be the one widget that would be really nice to just have on the front page, especially while running, because then I wouldn't have to I could just click instead of having to pull my phone out to check all the time. Although actually, if I didn't have it, it would probably, you guys need to be tacked down. It would help preserve battery power, but I don't know. We'll figure it out. I think I've got a pretty good grasp of what I need to fuel at this point. But all right. So we are still working through the roll that was on the hanger on Monday night because we hit the point of like, I am just toast. That's not happening. We did finish up trimming the small box bag fabric, which I think was a way better thing to spend the time on on Monday. And there is more blue fabric here than I actually need. So what we're going to do after this is we're going to press everything and get it prepped. I will not cut it though, because that is what's going to take the time more than even the pressing. Actually, even at this point, maybe I'll just tack it and then we'll press it later when it's actually time to use it. I haven't decided yet. As I say that out loud, that actually does seem like the more sane option. So anyway, I'll be on today, and then I will be on tomorrow afternoon as well. Dawson's going to hang out with the kids. And I'm going to come down and work because I missed Wednesday as well, so it's okay. We had a lot of stuff to do on Wednesday. Aaron's just kind of took over that day. It just seems how it goes sometimes. So we did get our taxes done, but we can't file right now because of legislation that hasn't been figured the fuck out yet. Super annoying. However, everything is in and entered, although yeah, I should snag just make sure that I get that last receipt from them on Tuesday. Yeah. Yeah, because I bought a whole die set and everything like that too. I wonder if I can edit it still because I actually certified it. Oh well. Forgot about that one. Anyway. But yeah, that's like a massive stress off because now I can just stay down here and do all this other work, which is like awesome. That's what I excel at. Bullshitting on live stream and making bags. Sometimes not. Well, sometimes I don't excel at that either. And that is also all right. We're fine. Okay. I think that's the last of the blue. Oh no, there's one more piece of blue. Okay. Doing pretty good though, considering that we just started. Actually, speaking of blood sugars, 1 second. No, we're good. Oh, cool. Okay, one more blue and 2 more reds. Then we're done. Yay, and I should just turn my phone to work so I don't keep getting disturbed. Work, focus. Important stuff still gets through. So like if the school messages me, I get it. If Dallas messages me, I get it. And then if I'm like curious if there's messages that pop, actually, yeah, it doesn't even notify me when it's on the laptop because I get into the same focus setting, which is super nice. Okay. Water into the iron, iron, iron. And then, yeah, so the goal between today and tomorrow is to have everything prepped. It's not happening. I was going to have everything prepped to like start sewing next Wednesday because Monday I have another long run. I've got this stupidity of a 15.1, like I think 800 meters. Yeah, 800 meters at a hard pace and then a half marathon at marathon pace. And I'm like, ugh, so excited. I'm hoping to do it outside, but who the hell knows what's going to happen with the weather. The weather is crappy. Well, if the weather's crappy, no. I was going to say I'll do it on the treadmill, but no, I'm not going to do it on the treadmill on Sunday because we got friends coming over. And I don't know how late that's going to go. So, no committing to runs on that kind of day. Could go do it while we're in the city, but yeah, it's going to be -8. Gross. And Dallas will ride support for me on Monday if I can run it on Monday. So, if you're like, what do you mean support? He'll actually get on his bike and carry extra stuff for me. So, or if I need to like ditch a jacket or something like that, he'll have his backpack and like we'll take the jacket or the hat or whatever I need to like shed so that I'm not dying from like overheating or something like that. So, speaking of which, that's why we need to start drinking more water this weekend. So that then I don't have to pee as much on course. Hydrate correctly. Oh, and well, okay. I didn't get duped. I duped myself. My hotel booking window for Kyoto opened and I was like, yes, we can book our hotel in Kyoto. So we plotted everything out because I was like, okay, do we want to spend more time in Kyoto or do we want to like head out on this day? Basically, do we want to head out this day or this day? And this was like, I don't really care this is what I want to do when we're in the Kyoto area. Is there something, sorry, just hit the mic. But I was like, Dallas, is there anything you can think of that you would like to add to this list that we would need extra time for? No, he was all good with all the plans. I'm like, okay, cool. Went to book it. It was cheaper than I anticipated, which should have been, well, no, it was what I was expecting it based on the quotes I'd done previously and actually right in line with it. We did shuffle the room a little bit because I was like, okay, well, the one with the fancy couch was too much. I'm like, okay, so we don't want to book that. Have to prepay, which is not what I was planning, but okay, we'll deal with it. We actually do have a tax return coming, which is awesome. Blah, 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 blah. The cost of the hotel room that I was quoting myself was in USD. So when I looked at, okay, sorry, there's the remainder of the mini traveler sling pile. Anyway, when I went and checked if I did actually get charged or if it was just a hold on, like, if it got authorized that, like, my card had the limit to pay for it when we were there, or if I was actually paying it, it was 30% more than I was anticipating because the prices that I'd been quoting myself were in USD. So I looked at that price and I went, nope. Gotta find a new hotel. So it looks like we're staying in Hirakatashi, which is like less than half the price. This room is like, if we were staying for a shorter amount of time, I don't think it would be as big a deal. I was trying to avoid Hirakatashi in some ways. I don't mind staying there, but it is like an extra 45 minutes pretty much anytime you get on a train to get anywhere. It is technically closer access for that thing, the marathon, and there's benefits. So we're off the beaten path for like tourists, all that jazz, and like, okay, I'm behind you here because I'm just grabbing the small box bag so that we can interface the handles. If the cat doesn't eat off cat, I'll just unplug my laptop too. Yes, I'm cruelly abandoning them on the floor. Anyway, it's off the beaten path, which is kind of nice. It is where I was located for school when I was on exchange, so that's nice. We're familiar-ish with the area. Obviously, it's changed, and it'll have vastly changed probably in 16 years. But I know that the okonomiyaki chain that we like is there, and like, excuse me, and I'm pretty sure the gyoza, the gyoza shop, so the dumpling shop that we enjoy, has a like shop there, and like just so like there's a lot of benefits to staying there as well. Outside of the fact that it's going to save us over half the cost. I just was like, oh yeah. If there weren't like also all I guess maybe a heightened cost for going with the kids, like if it was just Dallas and I, and we weren't having to consider like the flight costs and stuff like that for 2 additional people, maybe we would have let it slide because it's a really nice hotel. But oh well. And then like, so I was like, okay, well, if we want to like limit the, like what else is around the area, there is one that's closer to what I was anticipating paying, but it's like still more expensive than a larger room at the hotel in Hirakatashi. And the hotel in Hirakatashi that I'm going to try and book is like, basically it's 2 twins, but these are Japanese twins, so they're a little bit larger. And also, so a Japanese twin, and it's got a couch and like a table, and honestly, I think we're going to be there 12 nights. So just knowing, yeah, I think it's going to be good to have a spot for like a return spot for the kids to chill and things like that. So yeah, that's where we're at. But I now have to wait until the booking window for Hirakatashi doesn't open up until 3 months out. So I messaged my friend and I'm like, all right, so this was what, basically like, we can't do that. It's like, it turned out that it was outside our budget for the length of stay. Again, maybe for 7 days, not as big a deal. But we're 12 days, and so it's just like, nah. So annoyed though, because like I wanted that bathtub. But request denied. Oh well. It's okay. Yeah, the big benefit actually to the hotel in Hirakata is that it's on the Keihan line. And the Keihan line goes everywhere we need to go without like doing a lot of transfers or fancy footwork or anything like that. So it's got to stop on the, like the Keihan has a stop for Fushimi Inari. I'm pretty oh no, I was going to say that it has a stop for Toji, which is the temple I go to for the temple market, but it does not. It has a, you do have to transfer to the JR line there. But that's part of it too, is like the JR pass is no longer cost effective for us for how we're traveling this trip. So like that wasn't a factor in it. We're still going to be paying for transit. So we may as well be paying for the Keihan, which is a private rail line and is way more comfortable. Like just flat out. So. And the the hotel is like right on the train station, basically. So that's the other thing. It's really, actually, and yeah, as much as I said, there's a gyoza restaurant and a okonomiyaki restaurant right there. There's also Ganko, which is technically a sushi restaurant, but they have like kind of a ski-yaki setups, which is basically Japanese hot pot. Not shabu shabu. Shabu shabu is a water-based swish swish. That's what shabu shabu is. Ski-yaki is like a sweet-based shabu shabu kind of style restaurant, and oh, it's so good. So anyway, and like, yeah, I think, oh yeah, and the curry restaurant, that's like fantastic. So I'm telling myself it's okay. The only thing I'm not okay with is the fact that this hotel will not have as nice a bathtub. So I was looking for, I started looking for like hot springs or something like that, like an onsen or sento, which is basically just a bathhouse, but it's a bathhouse with like really hot baths and stuff like that. So, because I was looking forward to that post-marathon soak. If I get into Osaka Marathon, if I finish it, well, even if I don't finish it, I'm still going to need a good soak. Okay, so we have 148 lining pieces to do here, so let's crank along on them. Yeah. 148. And so that means that we will have ended up with 150 cuts. So we'll interface 150 linings. Bada bing, bada boom. Who knows if I'll get that done in 2 hours. Although we did crank along pretty good with it the other night. So I feel like we will. Goal is at least to finish up this roll of interfacing today. And as I mentioned earlier in the stream, but if you missed it, we'll do it again. It was that I did actually restock. I've got 2 rolls of interfacing. I personally nearly fucked that up the other day because I was like, we need this one. And showed him the lightweight interfacing. It's like, oh no. And then I was like, wait, I should just double check this. And the later invoice was the correct interface. I'm like, oh yeah, no, that was not right. So I had to get him to go back and get the correct interfacing. Of course, I caught him before he printed off the invoice, but it was like right as he was doing the invoice. And I'm like, how much longer is it going to take for him to get new interfacing too? I love them, but they are not quick. Yay. So, and I did hear back from Vital Statistics that my name change is under review. However, I need my marriage certificate. And I'm like, I don't know where the marriage certificate is. So I'll go back to BC Vital Statistics because that's where we got married and I've got a marriage certificate on order. So hopefully it shows up by next week. But that's good to know that it is being reviewed. So that means that, like, in theory, I should have it within the next couple months. And I did double check also on the whole how long our passport's taking to be passported, processed. That might be the better word. And they're around 20 days right now. If I go apply in person, I'm like, yep, oh well, I'll definitely go apply in person. Not the 3 to 6 months like it was when I applied for the kids in 2022. Oh, I was not live streaming at this point, but that was a whole debacle on its own. It was like, so we need the passports because we're going down to Disney. And of course, at that point, a lot of people were like, oh, we need to travel. Okay, whatever, not a big deal. Except that there had been a lot of children born between those 2 points. And also needed, and just people in general that need passports. And of course, like, if you're not able to travel, are you going to be keeping your passport up to date? Psh, no. Don't blame them either. But anyway, it meant that our processing times were significantly longer. Basically, and they wouldn't even take your passport to be processed unless you were like 90 days out from a trip. So we had everything booked, had the dates, all that. I went in and applied in July. they're like, these should be in at the end of September. If they're not, go down to Harry Hayes and get it figured out. All right, fine enough, fair enough. They didn't come at all, and so I was actually at Knit City when that like date's expired. Still didn't come. I'm like, okay, so I gotta go down to Harry Hayes. Went down to Harry Hayes to get it figured out. I think on the Monday. When did I go down? Had to have been when Dallas was home because I didn't have the kids with me. Because I didn't know how going down to Harry Hayes is like, it takes forever. It's fine, but like it takes forever. It's good. It's where I'm gonna have to go down though to get my social insurance number and stuff redone. Anyway, found out that, yeah, they had the application, but whoever had put the application in July had missed the fact that I had a travel by date in October. So they did actually what they did, which was amazing, is they got me sorted out and they expedited the passports at no fee to myself, which was amazing. And we had them by like, yeah, the end of the weekend, essentially like 2 days before we left. So I gotta give a shout out that like they waived the fees because they're like, well, this was your fault. I'm like, I know, I had my travel by date very clearly stated. Man, well, all these fabrics are like just a tick too tall, and if I trim them down, then they fit perfectly with the lining. We will have a few extra that we'll need to do, but that's fine because we're only able to fit 2 versus the 3 pieces, but that's okay. But yeah, so at least we're down from, you might get your passport in 6 months if you apply without a travel date, to you should get it within 3 weeks. So yay, success. Anyway, yeah, I just hope this marriage certificate comes in sooner rather than later. I know we have a copy, but do you think I know where it is? I'm like, where? I've checked our like file drawers and everything like that. I'm like, why aren't you in here? Because that's where I remember it being the last time I needed it for. What did we? I needed it for something outside of changing, or maybe it was when I finally changed my, it's when I finally changed my healthcare number probably, which took me like 5 years. Now I'm just gonna have to do it again. Yeah, because I think I went and changed my healthcare number just before I got pregnant or as I got pregnant, sort of thing. Because it's like, all right, let's make sure that everything matches, so that there's zero question about anything. So I'm gonna have to go change everything again. But it was also like, I thought that I might need my marriage certificate, but then when I was actually at the registration office, it was there. She's just like, no, because it's not a legal name change, I guess. That's what she told me, but obviously I didn't need it, so that's okay. Just wish I had known sooner so I could have had it like ready, but whatever. It wouldn't have changed. It wouldn't changed anything. Okay, we're going to be too tall anyway. Interesting. Oh well. Okay, those are tacked at least. Mostly good. This needs to be tacked. Oh my goodness, it's so much fabric. I don't even know how many. I don't even want to know how many pieces we're in. I don't think we're that far in, but we're definitely going to need to swap before the end of these. I know that. Just given the math that I did the other day, like there's not enough on this roll for these guys. At least not all of them. I guess I could just basically, yeah, actually, we could just go with that and be like, all right, whoever doesn't come off this pile on the chair is SOL. But I don't really want to do that. I want to get it. I think I do want to get all of these like ready to go. Yeah, we'll get them ready to go. It's fine. I really need to. Ooh, yep. This is a little bit too. Nope. Okay, I see. Yep. There's like too much. Yeah, that needs to be cleaned because that whole black line there is not supposed to be there. So let's get the iron cleaner. I know it's because I'm not using a pressing cloth. Shh. And technically, I could just throw these under the steam press, but we're not going to do that. Okay, let me go grab the kit. Sole plate cleaning kit. Sole plate cleaning kit. This stuff is so gross. It's so gross. But, okay. And apparently it's gotten damp. From Bed Bath & Beyond when it was still like in business. Okay, I'm pretty sure all I had to do is put it on. Does it have instructions on here? No, I feel like I need some gloves. I don't really want to deal with that chemical on my skin. And I probably should open up a window so that I'm not breathing it in. Open up a window. There we go. Okay. 1, 2 blue gloves. And I can't remember if the second cloth needs water on it or what. The first cloth, I think, is the one that gets cleaner on it. How to use Rowenta iron cleaner. Yeah, sole plate. My choices. No. Excuse me. Confirm and continue. Documentation. Warranty information. That's not going to work. Okay. Okay. Rowenta sole plate cleaner. Yeah, the fact that it's starting to like stick. Clean the sole plate. Use the Rowenta sole plate cleaning kit. Applying the cleaning cream to a cloth and rubbing it on the hot sole plate in a circular motion, then removing any excess with a second cloth. Okay. Cool. All right, so it's supposed to be a white cloth apparently in the new kits, but I have a green cloth. Still gonna use the gloves because chemicals. This stuff I know stinks. And then I think this is the secondary cloth that I had. And then I can steam into it as well because we've got steam. Yeah. But anyway, what I was heading towards saying is the fact that it's starting to stick to the top means that it is toast and time to clean it. And I don't think I've cleaned this sole plate for 5 or 6 years. This is the scariest part though, is like actually clean the sole plate. So let's whisper so that I don't like scare it. Ugh. Okay, and the other thing I could always do, I guess, is I could always just like, I'm gonna turn the steam off because that doesn't make sense to have on. Ugh, stinky. Oh, that's on there good. Ugh. Okay. It's on there good. Is there anything more? No. Like, is there any more? And I might not have enough sole plate cleaner. Damn. Okay. Let's see if I can actually get this, like, squished out. What time is it? Oh, of course, it's 3:15 already. Yeah, so I don't think we're going to get the interfacing done today. That's okay. Okay, let's try that again. Ooh, there we go. Okay, I'm going to recap it because there is a little bit left in there. Hopefully this... Oh yeah, that is helping. Is it doing an amazing job? Not really. The fact that this is so hot is still so scary. Is it working? It is working. Is it going to be enough? No. No, it is not. Okay, so let's throw it on here, though, and see if that works a bit more. Oh, God. That's bad. Shit. I didn't realize it had gotten quite as that bad. Okay. It's tempting to just like say fuck it then and put it under the steam press instead of, or yeah, realistically I probably could actually grab like a pressing cloth and use that instead. Oh, that is working better now. There we go. Oh God, no. Of course. Okay, that better not transfer. Hey, there we go. Okay, good. Whew. Although now I've got this. Well, that's annoying. Didn't realize that the color would transfer. Oh well, if we have to like recover my board because I had this happen, whatever. What I'll do for the rest of these is I'll throw a pressing cloth down underneath the, oh, so much better. I'll throw a pressing cloth down under the interfacing then. There we go, and that actually got rid of a lot of the other crap that was on the sole plate too. Okay, now it's like run the self clean for a moment, which is a good idea because that'll kind of also help with any of the like deposits inside. And basically what it's doing is throwing out the any of the cleaning solution that's still in the holes of the iron itself. There we go. Good enough. Nice, clean iron. Now I've got a giant green spot in the middle of my press cloth. Damn it. Super annoying. These both look like they could actually use a wash. No bleach. Washing warm water. Dry to the shade. Made in Mexico. That's interesting. Alright. Back into the box with you. You've got one more clean in, barely one more clean in this tube. That's okay. Glad I opened that window because, yeah, that was a stinky process last time. So it wasn't as bad this time. Boop. Gloves in the garbage. Now we're going to snag some OB interfacing because that'll cover that up. That's already got interfacing on it. So we'll do another piece. Doop doop. There. Now let's iron this so that it actually like, if there's any more residue, that'll help clean it off and out. But I think we're good. Yeah. Way better. Okay, now. We did have a set of bags ready to go. Okay, you come off. You come off. You come off. There we go. Sweet. Oh, look at that. Now she just glides ever so gently. Actually, I wonder if that'll help with some of the issues I've been having with the iron. I doubt it. Most of the issues I've been having with the iron are like heating and staying power issues. So, but that would be funny if that were, it was just like, you need to clean your sole plate. Oh. Okay, now we will try and, like, I still try my best not to touch the interfacing. But, like, and that was, to be fair, that was a lot on there. Which is why we use I make sure to use that pressing cloth for the steam press, because that one's definitely harder to clean as well. So 1, 2, 3. Should have counted how many I had on here when I was like re-rolling it back out. Oh well. Let's just keep me guessing. Who knows? Actually, when we run out of interfacing, I'll figure out how many more we have and if we want to commit to that overcommittal or if this will be enough. This might be enough for this round. Mentally, I think it might be enough. Oh my god. So I still haven't heard back from the zipper person. And so I emailed the like Western Canadian representative. I'm like, hey, do we have an update about this? Like my actual like sales person, not the person who sends me the bills. And now she's out of office until next week. And I'm like, oh my god, I just need an answer to my email, please. So, nothing against taking vacation. But the other guy was out of office on Monday and has not responded yet, even though he's supposed to be back in office. Now she's on vacation as of today. And I'm just like, guys, I placed this order on December 16th. December 16th. And I have heard nothing since. And so now I'm like especially now, I'm like, okay. If this is going to be a regular occurrence, at least I need to know about it. And B, why is no one communicating it? Like I said, at least be like, hey, like, this is delayed in shipping. Okay, cool. If you'd let me know that, that'd be awesome. I'd be fine with it. The fact that I've heard nothing about it is what's annoying me. And making me think that I should just go back to the pre-made zippers. Or find another supplier, but it's also like, oh, God. Who? Cutting out the middleman does make it, makes my zippers another half less expensive than what I had previously. So it's like, damn it. Like it doesn't make sense. But the fact that I'm waiting for 3 months on an order of like very straightforward stock colors, or what should be stock colors, is. And of course, it's like also the situation of like, okay, so I should technically be placing another order right now, but you have to pay for it up front. And so it's like, okay, so it's just planning. Planning is the worst part of cash flow, especially when you have like any like sudden exponential growth, or prepping for growth, hopefully. Fingers crossed, one fingers crossed. But I do think 3 months might be a bit extreme even for a supply order of this. Like, it's not even like I'm ordering like, well, okay, there's 2,400 pieces of zipper pole, 200 meters of zipper. So for a company that does supply a lot of industrial things or like applications, you'd think that's, well, I guess maybe because it's not a very large order, that might be the issue. I don't know. Anyway. Frustrating. Hey, the mic is working well. I am glad for that, at least. Still connected, which is good. I don't think I'm having any... Yeah, we're not having any, like, weird crap happening with the camera today. So it seems like tech is just behaving itself for now. Knock on wood. I guess actually under here is working too. This whole cutting table is basically wood. Dallas was down earlier and he's like, that's a really good place for the camera. And I'm like, right? It's a fucking fantastic place for the camera, man. Haha. So. All right. I know I am unclipping these as we go, but at this point we know that all of these have a handle and like where that handle is. So we're not worried about it. God, this is, but I guess, okay, so yeah, that is actually, I just realized the actual pare down for what we're going to be able to get done is going to be determined by whether it needs a black zipper or not. So, yay. Because at this point, I'm still going to prioritize then all the other colors, because if I don't know when the black zipper pulls are coming in, I can't do anything else. Yeah. Boo. Oh well. Oh well. Just an actual natural selection. You need a black zipper. Away with the... Actually, that's the next thing we need to do for the... mini travelers, as we need to select zippers for mini travelers. And then zippers and webbing. Oh crap, and zippers for small box bags. Okay, so I do need... Okay. I need to write a list. I wonder if I could just dictate out a list while we're talking here. I think I can. I think it's picking it up pretty good the other day on the phone. Let's see, did I have anything important come in? No. Nothing important. Okay, so notes. Right. All right. So we need tote bag canvas. Enter. Return. Oh, it doesn't, I can't do that. Canvas. Paragraph. No. Kato. Kato. Bag. Canvas. Mini traveler sling zippers. What else? Mini traveler sling zippers. Oops. Tote bag zippers. Small box bag zippers. Okay, I think that's pretty good. And then if I think of anything else, we can add it. So, tote bag canvas, Kato bag canvas, mini traveler sling zippers, tote bag zippers, small bag box bag zippers, tote bag interior cut down, mini traveler sling pocket cuts. There we go. Because like we've interfaced everything, but now we need to make everything smaller. Or into like whatever we need it to be, which in that case, the mini traveler slings need their pockets cut. There, so I think that's the list. Just a few things before we can start sewing. Nothing major. All the major things. All the major things. That handle totally just fell off. Okay. Back up here, my pretties. Please adhere yourself to the actual interfacing. I know I'm not pressing you hard. That's what the steam press is for, though. There we go. This is not the time to be pressed hard. This is the time to just be tacked down. So I would appreciate it. Just tacking down. Tack the fuck down. Lynn's here, quality control inspecting, just so you know who's on duty. And actually, Adelia is as well. She's actually over in the cat tree again. So, trimmed all their nails today because I was looking. She's always gets little daggers. And so when I'm like sitting down to go to the washroom or something like that, she'll come up. And like, totally meant to be a loving gesture. But she puts her little dagger claws into my knee. And I'm like, oh, cat. This is not how I want to be woken up in the morning. Thank you. Alright, so we're currently really trying to focus in on potty training in the youngest. They've been doing extremely well at school, not so well at home, whatever. But Wednesday they came home, changed completely, and even like needed their indoor shoes washed, which we've bought them machine washable indoor shoes. Like they're specifically marketed that way. Anyway, so Dallas last night actually washed them. Yeah, well, I was wrapping up with the eldest when we were still out with dinner and stuff like that. He actually washed them. And when I was like, we swapped kiddos for bedtime, and then youngest was like, I want mama. And it's like, okay, so I can come in because the eldest was asleep. And Dallas was like, can these shoes go in the dryer? And I'm like, as far as I know, they can go in the dryer because they're machine washable. And I'm pretty sure I've like machine dried a similar pair recently. We haven't had to do it much, so it hasn't like been something that's been in my like mental checklist for a while. But anyway, he threw them in the dryer, and I was sitting in the youngest room, and I'm like, why the fuck is our dryer thonking? And then I was like, oh right, Dallas put the shoes in, and I told him that story afterwards. He's like, I even came and asked. I'm like, yeah, it's not your fault. It just took me a moment to like reconcile the two things, apparently. Ugh. Yeah, my poor brain was not connecting the two yesterday. Anyway, yeah, Flynn is like going on the small box bag pile. We need to give him his next pest treatment too. You got to go back in your cone for a little bit, boy. I'm sorry. I know you hate the cone of shame. That one's too big. Dun, 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 dun. Actually, they're both too big. Dun, 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 dun. Ooh, let's go. There we go. That's not what I need. I need the interior. It's like exteriors go on. Not like I haven't just been doing interiors. No, exterior needs to go on, obviously. No, it does not. Dun, 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 dun. I actually did a leg day yesterday. Yesterday? Oh yeah, that was the start of the day. I like actually got up at 6:30. Dallas was already up. He got up at like between 5 and 5:30 and went to the gym. And I was like, He's like, because I told him, I'm like, okay, I think I got to start getting up at like 5 with you when you're home and doing my weights, because realistically, I just don't take the energy to do it otherwise. But yeah, he's like, are you going to get up with me? I'm like, I'll get up at 6. And then I didn't get up till 6:30, but I got up. And the kids weren't up yet, so I went out to the garage and I did my leg workout. It only took 20 minutes. Because it's not like I do, well, okay, I do the majority of my workout that I can. So it's like squats, stationary lunges, I call them. So basically a lunge motion, but not a walking lunge, just a standing in one spot lunge. I should do walking lunges. They challenge your balance in a different way, but I figure stationary lunges are better than nothing. Mostly because then we don't have to move the truck out of the garage. The only thing I'm missing that it's going to be hard to do at home. It's like a hamstring, like kind of curl or something like that. Anyway, I did it. Calf raises. Calf raises is something I really need to do because that'll help prevent the plantar fasciitis and stuff from coming back. And then, yeah. Did I do anything else? No, but then today I did upper body, which is a lot easier to do at home for some reason for me. Did like chest press. We've got adjustable dumbbells. We got them on sale a couple of years ago now. So chest press and a bit of a cross so that you get that like a little bit of that pec fly motion as well. Chest press. Skull crushers. They're called skull crushers because it's the tricep movement when you're laying on your back. Terrifying. As the name indicates. And then what else did I do? Bicep curl to Arnold press. Get all those shoulder muscles and stuff. Dumbbell row. Single arm each side. That one is specifically to try and help prevent that neck spasm that I had last year, so that upper body is very much keep my shit together for work. And then skull crushers, and then standing was bicep to Arnold rows, and the other one, front to side lat raises, but that one I only did with like a 3-pound weight, so it's like up and then you go out and you go up again. Oh my god, I was like, oh, it's a teacup weight, so it'll be fine. Do 12 of those and you're like, oh god. Because the joke is always that you're going to end up probably raising your lat raise weight, especially for women, last. But even for men, it's a really tough one. But it's funny because also like activating the correct muscles for it is just brutal. But anyway, I need it. And so I think tomorrow I'll try and get one more leg day in. Try and prioritize like 2 leg days per week. Even if the weights are lighter, because honestly, something is better than nothing. That's what I always tell the people, and then I don't follow through myself. But yeah, it'll be mostly like, so tomorrow I might actually go to the gym and do it, because that would make sense. And then because Dallas is home, and then I get to do the hamstring curls and stuff like that because they've got that machine. Leg curl, leg press, squats. Oh, dipping bird. That was the other thing I did yesterday for legs, which is mostly, again, it's another physio exercise because I don't weight it, so I don't pick up a dumbbell to do with it. Which I will eventually, but it's a balance challenge and also works like that back line of your leg, which is what I have to maintain. I mean, not to help injury-wise or like reduce injuries and stuff like that. Everyone's like, oh my god, what is this doing? So, and then this summer, when there's not as much running volume, I'm going to focus in hardcore on strength training because I need to. Because I can feel that like I'm getting to that point now where my heart is getting better, but I need the muscle efficiency in my legs and stuff like that because they are getting fatigued. The muscles are fatiguing. Now that is some heart rate, oxygen turnover, and all of that, but it's muscle fatigue mostly. So if I get stronger, I can run better. And then I need to figure out some like core exercises and stuff like that for running. Man, it's like work to keep body maintenance going. There's so many bags left. God damn. I just want to be sewing. I bet you all want to be sewing too. So that I stop whining. Well, okay, never mind. I was like, then I'll stop whining at you, but I'll just be whining about something different. We're not going to discuss that. Bum, ba-dum, bum, bum, ba, ba. Yeah, anyway. I am ready to go for a nap, too, on top of everything. Oh, and then, yeah, I had a run today. So I actually did my weights and I did my run, but it was only 4 miles. So this program's actually upped my like base run lengths, volume. So right now it's like most of my base runs now are 4 miles. I think mostly because my actual like time has gone up enough. It's like, well, we got to keep about the same amount of time so you get more volume. It's a little bit not 1-to-1, but I have a feeling that's why it's like creeping up. Although a 7-mile base run the other day was out of the ordinary. I'm like, why? I want to go for 7 miles. And like I said, I was so cranky at the beginning of that one. Like, hating it so much that I kept getting passed by people because I'm a slow runner. That's fine. Usually it doesn't bother me. I'm like, yeah, whatever. And I was like, fuck you, fuck your dog. Almost crying. Could have been hormones too. I'm blaming it on the fact that I'm pretty sure I wasn't fueled correctly. But yeah, I was so cranky. And then after I ate my so I fueled at 2.5 miles because I could also feel it at that point. I'm like, okay, I'm fatigued. If I do not fuel, I'm not making it. Because 2.5 miles, I still have like 3.5 miles left. I'm like, all right, we're not even halfway through the run. Because I was planning to fuel at like 3.5 miles. And then I wasn't as cranky. And then Dallas finished out his run, which was a tempo or something, a speed work, some sort of speed work run. And he actually joined me for the last of my run, which was nice. Because that also helps too. Because, my God. I've mentioned this before, and it'll be a pretty consistent thing about all of this is that it's like a lot of this is very lonely. Now, running obviously is very much a self-driven sport. It needs to be because even when you're running a marathon, yes, you may be in a group, but like you're not necessarily going to stick with the same people all around. So there is something to be said about the resilience getting built right now by doing this by myself. But it's the fact that like so much of what I do is solo. Running, weightlifting, work. That's why I love doing events so much. And that it was a running joke even before kids. Is it's like, well, at least I'm not like, they're always like, well, how's the day going? And I'm like, well, I'm not at home talking to my cats. So like it's always been the running joke of like, well, okay, I'm not home alone basically. Or whatever it was that weekend. But yeah. I don't know where I was going with that. Cat problems. This cat's not having this. My cats aren't having any problems. He's over here like purring. I should hook the mic up to him and see if you can actually pick it up or not. We need more water in the reservoir. Doom, 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 doom. Getting like phantom buzzes on my wrist. Okay, and we're probably a third of the way through what was left on the roll. So yeah, that probably, well, we're definitely over, I say that so confidently. I don't actually know. I was like, we're definitely over 50 is what I was thinking, but who knows? I don't want to jinx myself, but we're probably about that range. This like iron is actually broken down here, so I think it's still time to go get a new one. Just clean the sole plate. Oh well. And actually we should clean the sole plate on the Singer because it's actually crunchy. Another one just came up for sale on Facebook Marketplace and I'm really tempted to go buy it. Because I'm like, just having a backup would be amazing. But I'm also like, I don't want to have to store it in case this one, or like in the event of the death of this one. But it's also like $100 and I'm like, that's a pretty good deal for a steam press. Although honestly, I would want, there are ones that have like a little bit larger bed. I think there's like a 26-inch bed width-wise rather than the 21, which is what this is. And I'm like, Dreams and wishes. This one's still working fine, so I'm not worried about it. Although, yeah, the fact that it was that cheap, I was like, maybe I should buy it. Just two. So I was going to grab a third handle, but we don't need a third handle. We can only fit, well, we can only really fit one handle right now, so never mind. Can't even fit two. Okay, I just realized I should also open up the, I got more snap hooks the other day because that was part of what I needed to get. I do also have the white webbing, which is awesome. Natural. He's like, you mean natural, right? And I'm like, yes, I'm the light one, not the black one, basically. But, okay, yeah, they are. They're gold. Sweet. And then I think the gold that I currently have is like, oh yeah, there we go. Those match better, actually, than the other ones. So it's like, I'm pretty sure it's what's called light gold. Although I am seeing a lot less variance between the snap hooks I just got and the snap hooks I currently have, like from the Edmonton supplier. Oh yeah, that looks right. Yay! So those. And clickety clackety into the drawer here. And the other awesome thing is they're all wrapped in paper. You know me. You know that I much prefer the paper, and they are actually, I like the profile of these a little bit better. I think these are the ones that we'll use, and we'll keep the other ones for backup. I'm gonna just dump the two packages that I currently have, because there's no point in doing the rest of them right now. And I'm gonna close this window back up since it's cooled down in here significantly, and it's freshened up. Okay. And if you're like, Katie, that doesn't look like ironing. Hell no, it's not. I know. I know. Distract. Squirrel. 99 problems and a squirrel is one. La, la, la. Oh yeah, I would, okay. Oh yeah, especially when you unfold that. Fine, we're doing a count. Driving me nuts. 2, 4, 6. Sorry, if you're knitting, just know we're going to count these out, and then we'll be back to just going. 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, 22, 24, 25, 26, 28, 30, 32, 34, 36, 38, 41, 42. Okay. I'm going to say we have 80 left. I think we're about halfway through the pile now. 42, 44, 46, 48, 50, 52, 54, 56, 58, 60, 62, 64, 66, 68, 70, 72, 74, 76, 78, 80. Okay, I lied. Closer to 100 then. 80, 82, 84, 86, 88, 90, 92, 94, 96, 98, 100, oh, 101. Nice, 101. Okay. Well, all things considered, that's not bad, I guess. Maybe. And there's, yeah, I don't have any over here. Okay. 101. So if I divide 101 by 3, 3 is 9. 101. Yeah, that doesn't make sense. There should be like, oh, right, probably cuts of 5. I don't know. Doesn't matter. 101. Okay. But I know that we definitely have more interfacing than we have exterior. So if we'll even it out to 99. Oh no, let's just do it all. Do it all, Katie. Because I was like, wait, then we can like add in a bunch of handles on that last press round then. Okay. Doom 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 doom. Don't need to be humming Zelda songs. Okay. I really want to sit down to do this, but A, I know that this needs some pressure from me to press correctly. B, we've tried that and it doesn't work. And C, there's too much moving around anyway. So, because this all pools at my feet, and so it's not like it's gonna, yeah, like it doesn't flow between me and the chair very well. I did find my other tall chair. I thought I had lost a tall like bar stool chair. Turns out I hadn't. It was actually under. It's storing stuff right now. I'm like, okay. I am going all slightly crazy because I did not see that the other day. But at least not so crazy that I actually lost a chair. Just couldn't see it. Blinded. Which is a good indication that we really do need to work on tidying up the storage room. And especially because that's my stuff. So. Oh man, I thought I was going to get through all of this today, but apparently not. Oh well. So after this, we still have to. So tomorrow will be mostly just standing at the steam press, pressing things. Yeah, exciting times around this place. And then, yeah, I won't have any time to work on Sunday, and I also won't have any time to work on Monday because that stupid long run. So I guess I will see you on. I was gonna say I'd see you Tuesday night, but I'm trying to be up earlier instead of late. So I don't know. We'll see. We're still going to try and get through this roll of interfacing today. Hi. All right, we got to behave ourselves now because Dallas is here. No. Okay, well, we're at least under 100 now. And like I said, probably just over a third of the way through that interfacing now. Good. Flynn's just like getting happier and happier as I pile the fabric up around him. He's like, oh yeah, this is just like becoming a better hiding spot now. And Dahlia's still in her bed, chilling out. Although Flynn has very much been enjoying the new chair down here. So I've been covering it so that they can't scratch it as easy or leave behind as much, like, because we're in shed season right now. So trying to mitigate the amount of like fluff he can leave behind on the chair, because it's like a charcoal color and I don't know how well it would like not show up, I guess. So, okay, right. We do have doubles on that itty bitty strawberry. We'll get prepped for it, but if it may or may not get sewn before chaos. Chaos being Shindig, which is now like 3 weeks tomorrow. Yay! Nothing like last minute work. Although that is the one benefit to that like long drive up to Dawson Creek, is it does help me, like, we'll be leaving like drawstring and stuff like that for Kato to that period of time. Or probably, actually more likely, we'll leave, I'll be doing barcoding. Hopefully. Depends on where we get to with the sewing first. So I only grabbed 2 pieces. I need 3 pieces also. Why do I have them so far away? If I pop them here on the chair, they're actually closer, and then I don't have to keep stepping back and forth. All right. We were out yesterday for the pool, and I looked out on my arm, and I'm like, what the hell is on my arm? Then I remembered that I burnt myself on Monday. I'm like, oh, right, that thing. Although at least the burn that I had from the first summer here is gone finally. I was like actually having a hard time finding it. So I was glad for that, because it stuck around for a really long time. Alright. Oh, it's getting sticky again already. Alright. We'll definitely need to clean it again after this probably, because we won't want interfacing gunk on it when we go to, because now after all of this, we still have to sew zippers in and come back to the ironing table and iron out everything for top stitching. Although actually what I could do is I could try and blast through these handles today and tomorrow and try to get them sewn actually, because that is a good activity to do while watching TV on Sunday. I was going to do like elastics for cake cozies, but elastics for cake cozies or turning small box bag handles, either actually works. So something. Turning small box bag handles is actually the better option, because I also do not like doing that on the internet. It's a little bit too suggestible. Like, nope, more. No. Just not putting that out there. Alright, so the good news is it does look like we're pretty consistent in our cuts for these small box bags, which is nice, at least for the interiors. Because I do find that can be one difficulty doing like bulk cutting, is that they can be sometimes fairly inconsistent. But so far, these are decent. And I've lost track of how far we are past the 100 point now, but at least we know we're well under 100. Right. Need another handle. This is the polar bear go camping. And there's like a baby polar bear now. Kid polar bear? Kid polar bear. I don't know. I still don't know how this has happened. When this happened. I apparently must have missed a whole narrative chunk of the polar bear and penguin adventures. I think they're actually based on anime characters, because there is the Polar Bear Cafe anime. So I'm like 98% sure the actual Polar Bear Cafe fabric I have is those characters. And then all these other ones I feel like end up happening in like the same universe sort of, because it's the same style. And I'm pretty sure the same fabric manufacturers as well. And if it's not, then it's a very clever riff on a fairly popular anime. So I'll take it either direction. Doesn't matter. And and part of what makes me think this is someone, when I was in Vancouver, I think a few years ago, was like, that's totally the Polar Bear Cafe anime. I'm like, yep, that feels about right. So, all right. Problem with this is like there is no visual markers for how far we've progressed either, because at least with the pockets for the mini traveler slings, it's like, okay, I know I only have so many of each fabric, and so each fabric, like as we finished it, it was a nice little like mini hurrah. This is just like, all right, interface. All like there's not enough variance to make this interesting, and a little bit with the handles, but sure. Not dry food, wet food. Don't give me the same fabric. I guess that is one of the drawbacks to like doing all, like for efficiency's sake, doing all one lining fabric makes sense. And I think this is actually the best way. I'm still standing by this is the best way to do this. Oh no, we're good. Okay, I was like, oh no, we gotta cut Kato interiors, but no, we're fine. It's all good. No need to panic, besides the fact that there's still like 80 of these to go. But yeah, I'm standing by the fact that it's still a better idea just to like streamline all the interior fabrics. But it would be a good point that it's like, having had the 3 colors, I had a lot more like little hurrah moments. What I should have done when I cut these, and I'll do this next time, and I've done this, I do this usually when I am actually doing small box bags and all of that, and even the tote bags, it's like piles of 5. This pile of 5, and then you get those little like, yeah, celebratory moments as you finish like the pile of 5 or whatever. I think last time it was piles of 10. Piles of 10 was a little bit too much, and piles of 5 is a little bit more approachable for like prepping as well, to be honest. Piles of 10, I lost count too easily, which is ridiculous, but true. Can you count to 10 today, Katie? No. I cannot. Can you count to 5? Maybe. I don't know. Okay, let's see. I just realized I'm not actually on the chat, just in case it's not coming through. Streamlabs has been doing pretty good. I don't think it's actually been an issue, but just in case it is. And I think we also need more water. All right. More water. Where is my water? Hydration. For some reason, it's down on the floor. Okay. Not like I don't have a whole collection of freaking... I was going to say cake cozies. This is not cake cozies. Coasters up here. Okay. Hydrate the iron. And then hydrate me. And then we'll see how many more of these we can like tack down in the next like 50 minutes. Okay. Get unfolded. Oh, I know. This pile is cranky. There we go. 1, 2, and then we've got the fruit crepe cats. Super cute. It's still a debate whether they're taco cats, because that would make sense with the like palindrome, taco cat. But I think they're crepe cats. However, most people think of them as taco cats, so that's what I lean into, because it's like, well, go with what the people think of. Although, granted, I've never seen a fruit taco. I bet they probably exist somewhere. Crepe, definitely, like these, yeah, the little whipped cream swirls and stuff like that are definitely crepe cats. It's a little bit less obvious on the navy, but on the white, it's like very much, okay, these are crepe cats, I think. I was actually just watching the, of course, because like I have like multiple algorithms in some way, so a lot of it's smut reads, and then it goes into what else does it do? Crafting on and off, not as much anymore right now, but that's fine. And then running, of course, running content. And so right now, Tokyo Marathon was obviously one of the ones that was just recently. So at the beginning of March, and there was a girl running it, and she was like eating the dorayaki pancakes. Little pancakes with like jam in them, and I'm like, yes, that's a really good fuel. It looked tasty. I was jealous. Like I said, it's not even a fear of missing out. I know I'm missing out. Oh, the Tokyo Marathon is still lower on the list, so. There. Apparently we forgot to turn that one down. That's fine. Tuck it down, tuck it down, tuck it down. Oh, okay, we already tacked these down. I just needed handles. Cool. So yeah, if you're seeing this come off and seeing the like floop down of the fabric, that's fine. It's still going to get pressed onto the steam press because that's what will actually adhere the interfacing the best. But the iron, this combo of like ironing it to tack down was way better last time I made the process of like steam pressing it so much faster. It's ridiculous actually how much faster it made. Just like ease of it too. Efficiency. There we go. Ease and time was vastly improved by pre-tacking. Because we already, so where, and if you're like, Katie, this doesn't feel like it's going faster, where it saves me time is the fact that before what I was doing was lining it all up, trimming these out, and then when I went to the steam press, I would have to like juggle it around to make sure that everything was lined up and like the piece of fabric had interfacing and like not too much overhang either in fabric or interfacing, blah, 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 blah. But because now I've tacked it down, okay, that's another duplicate here as well. So we will, when we come to it, we'll probably drop this one. Oh, no, we will not, because this is a really good one for Hanami. Never mind. Forget I ever started that sentence. But yeah, now that it's like all tacked down, we'll cut out around the piece of fabric. It's going to be on its interfacing, and then we throw it under the steam press to just solidify that connection, basically. And the steam press is better at it than the iron because the steam press presses. That's actually like the main part of it. It's one step is the steam for melting, because what you're doing is you're melting the adhesive into the fabric. So it takes pressure as well. Then it just adheres so much better. Third best studio investment. After, honestly, my rotary cutter and my industrial sewing machine. Yes, I say that. I think the rotary cutter might be higher. And if it's not, it's tied. I think it's tied. I think the rotary cutter and my industrial machine have been the two best investments for the studio, which is honestly nuts. And I don't mean the electric rotary cutter. I mean like the manual Olfa pick it up at Fabricland rotary cutter. the analog one. No, I guess manual. Yeah, because the other one is also analog. Never mind. Okay. Oh yeah, and then so that girl though that was eating the dorayaki or the pancake, like, so basically what she was eating was, it was 2 Japanese pancakes and then in the middle they put jam. I'm like, oh, that's actually a really easy carbo load right before the race, because that's when she ate it. And then she was showing the after party, which was like actually like a sumo thing, and I'm like, okay, who's organizing like a sumo after party for a marathon? That's super cool. Should have actually saved the reel and looked into it a bit more. I know there's a lot of Facebook groups around these marathons and stuff like that, so it's probably maybe through that, unless actually it could be that she did it through a tour as well, because I know that tour, like there's marathon tours and stuff like that, so maybe that was it. Who knows? Who knows? Check this down. Okay, the next bunnies. So that's the rest of the, oh no, there's one more polka dot bunnies because we haven't done the black one yet, I don't think, but this is the last of the polka dot bunnies already, and actually some of the last of the guinea pigs too. At least in this size. I think there might be like some triangle pouches or something left, but there's not much. I also didn't, why we've come up to the end of those ones so rapidly is because I didn't actually end up buying a lot of them. Because I didn't know how they'd be received, especially the guinea pigs. So I'm pretty sure with the guinea pigs I only bought like, what? Well, no. I know with the guinea pigs I only bought 1 meter. I think with the polka dot bunnies it might have been the same. So, that's okay. Better to use it up. So. Do we have 3 of the mimosa bags? I know I just put one on the... Oh, no, there's the black bunnies. Okay, so we've already done the black bunnies. Never mind. Oh, okay. There are 3 mimosa bags tagged in for small box bags right now. So we are definitely removing the 3rd. So we don't need it in triplicate. I'm okay with it coming in 2s, but we don't need 3 of them right now. It is prepped and put together, though, so that we can actually, like... sew it when we're ready, which is also nice. Okay, better trim off that bottom flower here. Okay. Guinea pigs, guinea pigs, guinea pigs. Nope. That needs to be over here because that's the next one. I'm reaching over here for interior fabric, not handles. Actually, this handle for this guinea pig bag is perfect. It's got the little stacked guinea pigs on it. So adorable. And then they've got red carrots, which does bother me a little bit, but not as much as it probably could. So I think the ones that were on the like vanilla fleck, which is off-white, I think they had orange carrots. So I'm not sure, I'm not quite sure why they don't have orange carrots on the navy. It's complementary colors, but whatever. It's not that noticeable. It looks like they're saying on hats, to be honest. And it looks like there's also like bell peppers, and there's definitely corn and some sort of leafy, maybe like spinach, and a pumpkin. A green pumpkin, though, not an orange pumpkin. Because apparently none of this can be the correct color unless you're a leafy green or a bell pepper. No. Bunch of linings just jumped off the table. All right, are we... Okay, so those are tacked. Oh, I've got it. Now I need the other handle. That's why we're all gathered here today. Go. And the sun's actually coming out. Actually, the thing that annoyed me the most about yesterday is the fact that it was cloudy and foggy and gross, and we had a full lunar eclipse we were supposed to be able to see last night, and now, yeah, weather got in the way. God damn it. We were like right in the center of it too. Like we would have had the perfect location for it, basically. Super annoying. I wouldn't have stayed up for it, but we definitely would have like woken up for it. Set an alarm sort of thing. Probably about the same time that the kids came to bed anyway, so. What was it? It was like lunar eclipse in like the worm moon or something like that. I'm like, okay. Not 100% sure there, but. Okay, this one is a bit, the hedges are too big. Too big. The hedges are too tall and the strawberries are too wide. Actually, the strawberries aren't that too wide. I think they're actually both too wide. Oops. Oh well. Better more handle than not enough handle, to be honest. Although, yeah, that does actually look like far too much handle. It's comparable to everything else. That's okay. All right. Strawberries. Tack them down, and then I can roll this down a little bit so we can get the hedgies on too. And we can go over everything again. Zoom. Good. It's too bad there wasn't a way to do this a little bit faster, to be honest. Yeah, I was gonna be like, could I throw it under the steam press right away? I don't think so. I don't think we could, because the steam press isn't wide enough. So I don't think we could just like roll it off and put it under the steam press. Also, there's the hinge aspect of the steam press that I think would inhibit that as well. So, don't know. Not going to take the time to try it right now either. I think that's the key in this situation. No time. Just do what we know is already more efficient. I say as this pile gets bigger at my feet. Yeah. Like, how much more do we have on this roll? We're probably about halfway through what was left. There we go. And then, post Dawson Creek, we will go in and we're going to experiment with the new bags. So that'll be that new zip and grip with the like open flat and the embroidery cross stitch floss container. It's a folder basically, and what it does is it folds up and it's got a bunch of little pockets in vinyl for like the different colors of floss, and it just looks like a really happy case. A couple different closure options. One is like an elastic with button closure, which I don't think I'm going to do. I was like, wait, that's super cute. That's what I should do. But I just remembered that I tried to do that on needle cases, and I hated having to hand sew on those buttons. So no. Although, ooh, that would be a good way to brand it. We could get more like wooden, like lasered buttons, like I used to do for the pin cushions. And then that could be the closure for it. So maybe we will be going with buttons. It's an easy way to do it. And they're actually not that expensive, or at least they weren't when I bought them previously. Who knows now? I guess I shouldn't talk because I don't know. I would have to quote that out. Because the person that I used to go with in Edmonton is, I don't think she's making wood buttons. Oh, but my brother-in-law has a laser. Although figuring out like the materials to cut it out of might be. Maybe just go with someone who knows what they're doing, Katie. Well, there's Sleepy Sheep too. She might be able to do buttons. I'll chat with her at Shindig because I think she's coming down. Sleepy Sheep does like dick stitch markers and stuff like that. They're actually really hilarious. They are well done compared to some that I've seen done at least. IMO. Yeah, I should chat with her. Although I think there is a woman in Calgary, Spotted Zebra. I think she definitely does laser engraving on like cork and leather, so she might also do laser engraving on buttons. So I've got a few options, but yeah, now I'm like talking like this is a for sure. Yeah, this is what we're doing. Which at least I've got that my mind made up on that. So, because sometimes that can be one of the things that like hinders new stuff is like just decisions about like, okay, so if you're making this, how are you branding it? Like with the bookmarks, I just gave up. There's no way I'm going to brand them. And that's fine. Annoying, but fine in the end of it all. Yeah, stuff like that. But yeah, but a laser cut button would be cute. It's also not like it needs to be huge. It just needs to be big enough to like show it. So. Oh, that might have, nope, that might have been too much. Oh well. I won't even sit on the table correctly. Oh God. What have I done? Oh well. What time is it? 4:20. Okay. 4:22 in fact. So another half-ish hour and then we'll head out for kiddos. Or I'll head out for kiddos. I think Dallas is gonna cook, so. But yeah, then I will be on tomorrow afternoon earlier because I won't have to do as much paperwork. And then stuff. I don't know. Yeah, it's just interfacing right now. So tomorrow might be what I would count as an ASMR video because then I can listen to my audiobooks while I'm doing interfacing because although I like chatting with you guys, so who knows? We'll see where my like social battery is tomorrow. As much as this is just me bullshitting at a camera, it's also me talking for quite a while. So yeah, we'll see. We'll see where we're at tomorrow. And then Sunday I will not be on because we're doing a Sailor Moon viewing party again. We're gonna try and get through season 1. Before summer, hopefully, is kind of the idea. And then Monday, I've got the stupid run. So I will see you. Yeah, I'm like, I need to be getting up early-ish again. So I'm like, I probably shouldn't be down in the evenings. Or at least if I'm down, I won't be streaming because the kids will be downstairs too. So we'll figure it out. Who knows? I'll figure it out. I'll definitely be on Wednesday. I don't remember what my run is on Wednesday, but it's definitely nowhere near as intense as Mondays. I actually don't even know what my schedule is right now for the training. I do know that next, so not this Monday, but the following Monday, so the 24th. A, that's our dating anniversary, 16 years. And B, it's 17 miles. Although then I alternate. I think the following week is shorter, and then we alternate back up after that. Jesus. Got myself. Okay, this is actually not transferring. I'm not going to risk it still, but it isn't pressing. The pressing cloth is not picking up on it, at least. I don't know why it's been fine for the rest of this, and then suddenly was like, nope. I'm just going to shuffle right here for this one. Probably because there's so much behind. Anyway, yeah, it's like, I think, well, okay, our longest run for this program is 19 miles for me, 32K for Dallas, and that's like nearly 32K for me. It's just over 30, I think, because 20 miles is 32K almost exactly. So... So that's what we're working up towards. It sucks that like the long runs are all towards like April. Although the last long run is before we go to Dawson, so that's good. Well, the last really long run is before Dawson. That 19 miler is like April 14th or 15th or something like that. So, ugh. And here's the thing, that's not even a full marathon length yet. That's like It's 10K off of a full marathon, just over 10K off a full marathon length. So full marathon length in miles is 26.2. So yay! Boo. Pierogi time. Pierogi time. Soon. My stomach is saying pierogi time. This is like the most unbothered I think I've seen Flynn be for a while. He's just like super chill, happy, in his element, etc., etc., etc. So, okay. The one good thing, at least, about the next step for these is that actually we do have to trim everything down before we throw it under the steam press. Blah blah blah. Boring. But then, like, once these are pressed, so they'll trim down, throw them under the steam press, and then they're ready to go, which is nice. Same thing has to happen for the mini traveler slings, but then they also have to be cut down into their pockets. So we do still have, like, a crap ton of prep to do. Yay. But we're getting there. Slowly. So slowly. Spank Bear fell off. That's no good. And this is getting gummed up again already. What the hell? It's like turning green before, like, as it's on the iron. That's weird. I wonder if I actually took that cotton cloth to it now, if it would clear it up without having to use more cleaner, because there's probably still quite a bit, like, ingrained in that cleaner. Also, am I actually surprised it's gumming up with how we're, like, having to press? No. Is it annoying? Also, yes. Okay, let's pull this up, and then I will try and clean that gunk up again. Like, should I trim this? No, we're not going to trim it down. I don't know how we're going to do this, but I will do it without having to, like, move anything, hopefully. The most egregious we're going to press on interfacing I have done so far. Okay, let's tack this down up at the top at least. May as well get as much done as I can before I clean it up again. Although we should at this point be well over halfway of these, so I'm not that unhappy about it either. Just annoyed. Haven't had to clean this iron. Probably should have cleaned this iron earlier. Haven't had to clean this iron for quite a while, and then twice in one day. Why? Why do I have these cat problems today? Okay, let's see if we can just do that. Oh, okay, yeah, because this is still a little bit damp from the last cleaning too. Okay, let's see. Yeah, that's not transferring any dye right now, so that's good. But it could also be that, honestly, the steam isn't penetrating or something like that. So who knows? Okay, let's just wipe it down on this towel and see if that works. Because that's what actually cleaned it off last time. It was honestly just burning the shit out of this tea towel. Yep. There we go. Problem solved. Okay. Back up so the kids don't get into it, because you can't tell me that something that smells like that is not bad for you. Okay, there we go. Open up, open up, open up, and open up, open up, open up. Cool. Okay, now I'm really curious. I think we should be 75 or under. Let's double check. And then let's split it up into sets of 9, because that means that it'd be 3 rows. Or sets of, 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7, 9. 9. Cue my 9 flat pieces. I don't know if they use my for fabric though. Actually, that's a good point. 2, 4, 6, 8, 9. Okay, so 18. 2, 4, 6, 8, 9. So that's 27. I guess I could have done it in sixes as well, but 2, 4, 5, 7, 9. So 36. 2, 4, 6, 8, 9, 45. 2, 4, 6, 7, 9, 54, 54. 2, 4, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 59. So like weird and like short a piece. Not really, because like we've got more than we need. But 59. Okay. 59. So we've actually cranked along pretty good then. 2.25 hours so far to do like just under 100 pieces interfaced, along with the handles as well. It's not like we're just going through and just laying out, I guess, interior either. We're actually going through and laying out the handle cuts too. Do you want over? Come on. Go fast. He's like, I do not have a hustle bone in my body, lady. Why would you think that? Okay. I'm actually going to flip the pile because the 5 on top would annoy the hell out of me because it's like, it's not even. Not even. Ah. Hey, dude. You can't sit on the work. Hey. Can't sit on the work space. I know. Life's rough. Oh, no. Do you want to be back in the chair? There you go. Go back in the chair for a bit. He came down and he was like, why is Dallas in the chair? My chair. Well, he's not in it. But yeah, he definitely had that vibe when he came down earlier and saw Dallas sitting in it. My chair. 4:30. So if we've done 100, just under 100 in 2.25 hours, and I've got 50 left. So 2.25 hours is 223. No, 3 hours is 180 minutes. 2 hours is 120 minutes as I go nasally, and then 24 minutes or 14 minutes is 134 minutes for 50. So it's taking like about 2 minutes per roll basically to press everything. That's not bad. And that does include the like mess ups and the like iron cleaning and all of that. So if I've got 26 minutes, I should be able to finish about 39 more pieces. Give or take a little bit. 25 minutes. So, yeah. Another handle. I could have set myself up better by like unclipping all these handles before I started. La 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 la. I'm gonna ignore that fact. Although at the same time, it's like, yeah, whatever. It had like, there was no other time. This is the time, right? Like, ugh. Yeah, it's just how it goes sometimes. I don't know. I don't quite get how in my busy season, everything else always seems to get busier too. And it's like, why? No, I need that time back, please. Well, training for a full marathon in the middle of like the start of busy season is on me for sure, but it feels like everything else gets busier too. Although next week is the last week for gymnastics, so that's kind of nice. That eases up our Thursdays. So we'll still get out and go to the library, and like now that we are actually getting nicer weather, we can go do playgrounds and start biking and blah 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 blah. They're so close to being able to pedal bike. It's amazing. What I'm really hoping is that by the end of the summer, they're proficient enough on their pedal bikes that we'll be able to I'll be able to take them out with me when I'm running. Because I'm pretty sure they will either be the same speed or faster than me on their bikes. Shh, I know, I'm really slow. Like I'm averaging like 850 per K right now. 14:21 per mile, which is granted a lot faster than when I was training for dopey, but it's still damn slow. And super frustrating some days. It's like when I actually get the chance to like go all out, it's like, oh fuck yes, I just get to run. Don't have to watch my pace, don't have to watch my heart rate, just go until I can't go anymore, and then I walk until I can go again, and then I run until I can't anymore. That's my favorite. Yeah. Because right now my intervals are like, run until you're like high zone 3, almost in zone 4, and then reduce to walking. It's not like an all-out run, up, down, up, down, up, down. But the 10K PB that I did in training the other day was just go as hard as you can for as long as you can, and then you can walk. Goal being that I'm getting through like a mile. So what I'm trying to do for splits right now and that kind of work is do like a mile of running and then like a 1/10 of a mile of walking. And then finish out the mile, 1/10 of a mile of walking. Now, not perfect. When I did do that 10K PB, what I ended up doing was I ran. That's how I did the first split, basically. And then I ran until I got to 3.1, which is 5K, It's 5K. And then walked for quite a bit after that because I did not PB my 5K, but I was fucking close. I was like 30 seconds off my all-time PB. So all-time including prenatal, no babies, PB. What the hell? We just counted those. You saw me count them. How am I one off? Did I drop one? No. Weird. Fine. Well, if that's the case, then I'm going to pull one from the 5 count at the bottom. 5 count can be a part of the top count. So I actually have 53 to go instead of 54 to go. Hey. Or whatever. No, it's 58, not 59. There we go. Yeah, anyway, for that PB run, it was like, okay, so I'm going to run all out as best I can until I hit 5K, and then I'll go for a longer walk break at 5K, and then we're going to do this push on the 10 to see if I can PB it or not. And I did. So that worked really well. And I was seeing sometimes on that one for the like current pace, like a 10-minute mile, which is quite good because honestly, so if you go all the way back, baby runner Katie, 4 miles per hour on the treadmill was A, running, and B, nausea inducing. I got so sick after my first runs. It wasn't even funny. Like it was unenjoyable. Obviously pushing too hard. And now it's like, well, that's my like definitely like a power walk, but that is now my power walk instead of like going down to like 2 miles per hour, the dawdle pace. So if that's where you're at, no shade, zero shade, definitely like yeah, all got to start somewhere, and take this as a sign of like you can do it too. Eventually, it takes a really long time. It does take a really long time. Like I'm 4 years out from our second kiddo, and I feel like I'm finally re-entering the phase of like where I was pre-kids, which, do you know what, is actually on the low end of what it can be. Apparently postpartum, like acute postpartum, is anywhere from like 2 to 10 years. I'm like really glad I'm not on the 10-year side of that, to be honest, as far as I know. But still, like 4 years is a long time. Probably didn't help that I had them back to back like I did, but whatever. We dealt, I think. I don't know. More water. More water. Oh, I'm hungry. I was not joking about my stomach being like it's telling me it's pierogi time. I'm hungry. It's totally dinner time. Okay. Okay. These are definitely too wide, so that's why we're going in and trimming them down. Or too tall, I guess. They're not too wide, but they're too tall because this new interfacing is stiffer than like the... Well, actually, even the lightweight interfacing was stiffer than the sew-in interfacing. So when I was trying to put these on the grid wall hooks, they were like bleh, falling off like just right, left, right, and center. And you could tell that when people were browsing the booth, it made them extremely uncomfortable. And I can see it. It would make me extremely uncomfortable. My joke was always like, well, it's fabric. Whatever. It's not going to break. But yeah, it does not create I want to buy this thing because you're getting embarrassed because it dropped off. At least that's what I find if I do the same thing. So it's like, okay, so we got to change the handle construction because obviously it's too stiff to stay on the interfacing. So now we do my small box bag and large box bag handles are an inch smaller, height-wise, width-wise, whatever the hell you want to call it. So. That'll actually come out a bit better once I move it again a bit more. This new audiobook's going to be like, because yeah, we did switch. So for Smutty Book Club, we switched from Anathema to a couple by Liv Zander. Feather So Vicious and Song So Savage, something like that. Anyway, the audiobook covers though are very like, you know what you're getting into instantly. I haven't started them yet, but I've got like nearly a month to finish them still. So, because book club was just on Tuesday, so I'm not overly concerned. Because yeah, there's gonna be a lot of TV daycare in the next like month. Sorry, kiddos. They don't care. They like TV daycare. them. I would have loved TV daycare at this. Well, I was in TV daycare pretty much. Yeah, I did do preschool and stuff and kindergarten, but like, yeah, no. I know what my kindergarten program was set up like. I don't think we did preschool every day. I wonder if kindergarten was every day. I can't remember actually. I feel like it might have been, but yeah. One, two. Okay, so that's 15 so far. Actually, maybe I'll find out. Oh, never mind. Out of 53. 15 out of 53. So that's 38 left. Oh yeah, we're so close to being done. Okay. Okay, yeah, that was definitely too much to pull off the roll all at the same time. Lesson learned. I do also need to put more water in the reservoir because it's not pressing as well anymore. Also need to like clean out the ridge that's in between the sole plate and the like body of the iron. It's insane how much ends up getting caught in that little crevice because it's all like, it's a bunch of the fabric dust and everything like that. So yay. Yay for machine maintenance. And I was also like, okay, so I know for sure that there used to be a Juki dealer in Calgary. Because I emailed Olds College, which has a fashion program, before I bought the one that I currently own. And I emailed the company, but they never got back to me. So I never worked with them because I was like, well, if you're not going to email me back, sucks to be you, I guess. I don't know. Anyway, but they're out of business now too, which, well, if you're not answering your emails, is not that big a surprise, I guess. So, yeah, I'm back down to like square one on that. I'm like, okay, so we're like, yeah, I still don't know what to do. If anyone's driving from Ontario to Alberta or knows someone who is, please get us in contact together because a used one is actually in Barrie, Ontario. One of the B's. I can't remember if it's Barrie or Brampton. It's one of the big B's. One that I recognize from out here. Yeah, if anyone knows anyone. Or would like to do a, like, what is it when we do that with spinning wheels? There's a name for it. Spinning wheel train, transport train, something like that. Anyway, I would appreciate it. Although honestly, the other portion of this is I still don't know if I should buy secondhand or not, or if it's like better just to go with new. In part because you never know exactly how a machine's been treated. Like even mine hasn't had it has not had any maintenance. Which, honestly, I probably should put it through some maintenance and make sure everything's... Well, it's still ticking along fine, so I'm like, well, don't fix what's not broken, I guess, is kind of where we're going with it. And again, because my sewing machine techs out here are the one that would come in without me having to dismount the machine head, was super grumpy when I called him about something else, so I was just like, I don't want that energy here, thank you. Actually, I did get a recommendation for someone else, so maybe I should get in contact with them. It just needs like a kind of generalized, I think, like maintenance at this point. But I don't know. I wish it were a little bit more straightforward than it is. I feel like it would be in like Vancouver and like some of the larger centers, but I don't understand how Calgary does not have an industrial sewing machine shop anymore. Because yeah, the next closest is Edmonton. There's a couple up in Edmonton. And then it's Vancouver. Oh, I guess there is one place. Well, okay. Kijiji is advertising one from Kamloops, I guess. But like, that's like halfway to Vancouver still. And they don't carry Jukus, they carry the German brand. So like Adler and Pfaff and all of that. So, Pfaff? Is it Pfaff or is it Pfaff? It's a P silent. It's Pfaff. I know it's German. I really hope it's Pfaff. Because I find that kind of hilarious. I know I shouldn't. Like, it's not like funny as in I want to make fun of someone else's native language, but as an English speaker trying to say a German word. That's where I'm at with it. Entertained. There's words in Japanese that are the same way too. Although I have had to give the kids crap because they're like making up languages. And I'm like, you can make up nonsense languages, but then they'll be like, and that's Japanese. And I'm like, no. That's not funny. So I should be conscious of that same, I guess. Anyway, I guess I am more just looking for a pronunciation guide of like, is it Pfaff or is it Pfaff? I do make fun of it though a little bit with ours out here because it's like Banff has two F's. So it's Banff. Because you also have to have that twang on the A. It's Banff. Banff. Like, it sounds like there's an M, at least from what I hear when we're in Alberta. Banff. Banff. In Calgary, we elide the A a lot, so it's not Calgary, it's Calgary. And apparently most people in Calgary also don't pronounce it John Laurier. It's John Laurie, although he's totally a French man, so that's why I go John Laurier. Because the first time Google Maps said John Laurie out loud, I'm like, what? But, yeah. What's the other one? Oh, yeah, Yoho used to a lot of the time be Yo-Yo, Yahoo, Yoo-Hoo. And these are a lot of the things that you also hear when you're like working with parks and stuff like that, because of course a lot of our, they can be tongue twisters. So like Yoho National Park, that's why it's like it got transliterated. Kootenay. And then it's actually, so it's Kootenay National Park. That's how it's pronounced when it's anglicized. But the people that are in that area, the First Nations people that live in that area, are actually the Tanaha, which actually gets anglicized to K-T-U-N-A-X-A, Tanaha. Which is, I really like it, actually, the pronunciation, at least the anglicized pronunciation for it. Really, like, actually rolls off my tongue, which I like. For me, it's got a good mouthfeel, I guess, which is wild. I'm not eating the word, but it's just really, like, nice to say. So, I don't know. What goddamn easier than Makoto Nalodo and Shitsure Shimasu from Japanese, which come off my tongue perfectly fine now. But my God, when you're first learning Japanese, those are some of the two hardest words that you will learn to begin with. Shitsure Shimasu is like, excuse me, formal excuse me, basically, which you would do like if you're knocking on, so walk up to your professor's door and you knock on the door and you go shitsure shimasu, like, excuse me, please. And then when you're done, you go like shitsure shimasu, like kind of more of a like, thank you for letting me interrupt you sort of thing. Yeah. And then McDonald's is McDonald's. Or last name McDonald. McDonald's, the chain in Japan, actually gets shortened to Maku most of the time. So, although at this point I don't even know if we'll eat there next time. Although I really want Shaka Shaka Chiki. Oh well. Oh yeah, ski is also in Hirokatashi. So if you weren't here for it earlier, I duped myself about the hotel for Kyoto opened up for booking. I'm like, yes! And Dallas was actually in the headspace to be able to sit down with me right that instant and like pretty much look over everything just to like decide like when do we want to leave Kyoto, because and like do I have everything kind of on the list. The set dates aren't a big deal, but it's more just like, okay, this is how many days we need to do the things we really want to do. At about one thing per day, because it's easier to add stuff than it is to take it away. So stuff like, there's some things we cannot miss. Toji, Fushimi Inari. I can't miss fabric shopping. Blah, 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 blah. All that shit. But I've been looking at this hotel for months. And months. And months. And, oh. You can't use that. You need to be trimmed down. Anyway. Okay, so you're going to go to the bottom of the pile. And apparently, for all of those months, I've been looking at the prices in USD. And I also did not know this. I didn't think that I had to pay in advance. So when I went to look at what the cost of it actually was slightly sticker shocked to realize that it was like 40% higher, 30% higher, probably closer to 40% once you actually add in credit card fees and everything like that. I'm like, oh, okay. We're not staying there anymore. I canceled the reservation because I'm just like, nope. If we were staying less time, if we didn't have the consideration of like the extra flight costs and like the extra costs in like transit and food for the children and all of that, I think I probably would just say, whatever, we'll splurge, because my God, that bathtub after the marathon, you all know, that's what I've been talking about for the past like year, longer, but it's too much money. I'm like, God damn it. So, I don't know. Anyway, we looked at like, I'll tell you the sticker shock price, $4,000 for 12 nights. Now, it was one of their upgraded rooms because it had a seating area, and it is a 4-minute walk from Kyoto Station. And like I said, if I didn't have the other considerations of like flights are double the cost because of the kids, and like food's going to be double the cost and everything, I think we would have stayed. Because like whatever, it's like splurge once in a while, right? But I was like, we can 100% get a cheaper hotel elsewhere. And I looked at the hotels in like Kyoto in Hirokatashi, which is where I did my exchange at, and it's ranging about like $100 to $150 a night, so about $1,800 for, again, a room with like a nice sitting area and everything like that. If I want to go really cheap, we could be like $1,200 for 12 nights. Still not inexpensive, but far more accessible than $4,000. It's like, holy shit. And it's just so annoying because it's like, it had the dollar sign, and because it had like geolocation services on, I figured it was the Canadian dollar. No, fucking USD. Now I really miss the days of par. Anyway, and then I had to like message my friend, and I was like, so this just doesn't work in our budget for like this amount of time, this trip. Ugh. Plus that's a lot of fabric. So much fabric. And so many kimono and obi. And like so many souvenirs for the kids, like robots, because apparently they both want robots. So I'm like, okay, no. And actually, do you know what? I would prefer to spend that money than if we were on like flight upgrades or something like that, to be honest. Yeah, anyway. Mwah, mwah. 100% a cat problem. Have any bearing on the outside world? No. Annoying? Yes. Oh shit, I need to go. It's like, wait. I think I see a 5. Okay, we'll put this last piece on and then I am going to head out. So on that note, complaining about hotel prices. Here's the other thing though. It is a good price for a hotel in that Kyoto Station area. 4-minute walk. So if that is your priority, there you go. So it's the Daiwa Roynet Kyoto Eki Mae Premier. And there is a cheaper version behind the hotel. But honestly, this flip side of that is that it is also still $800 more expensive than here at Kadashi. So I'm like, you know what? Let's just save the money. So, all right, we're good. Well, we're good enough. I'm not done. We are like 1, 2, 3. I think we're like 3 more piles. So we're about 27 bags away from the end, then the handles, and then we'll be done. And then we're going back to the steam press. And actually, we might just use up the rest of this roll, which is awesome. So I'll chat with y'all soon. I don't know when I'll be back on exactly, but I'll be back and we'll wrap up then. So yeah, bye.